Thanks, Dennis, so much. And thanks to Teresa and all the staff here. Bill's here. Thank you so much. And I see Olga there helped me out earlier. So thank you. Yeah. Yeah, this body work, it's really special to do it here with Dennis as well. That first show in 2009, Ivy, my daughter there, was born during the run of that show and now can drive to school. And family also sort of animates my work, but also animates this show. When Dennis contacted me in July, my mom had just passed away not too terribly long before that. She loved Galveston, so I knew that I really wanted to make work that was sort of in tribute to her. And I make a lot of work on coastlines and thinking about that sort of temporary space between sort of water and land. And so all these pictures are sort of mixtures of sky, ground, water, all kind of mixed up, layered on top of one another, and then also scrambled digitally via the code to kind of create these, hopefully these kind of generative sort of mixes of mystery and place and I don't know, hopefully a little bit of beauty. And the sound is also, they were all recorded here. I have a project called Port Swing Orchestra, which is pairs improvised music outside with a picture taken at the site. And that was originally what Dennis wanted to do. So we're doing that, of course. But I always love to try to bring the music and art together, which sometimes doesn't quite gel, but it's lovely to make that, have a space to experiment with that. Yeah, so that became, it's like the side project became kind of the main project. And it was just a way for me to play guitar outside. So I didn't drive these guys crazy. And then I started recording them. And then it started off as a web project and would pair a recording and an image, mostly of the pecan trees. And then they would disappear. There was no sort of archive of it. It was just about ephemerality and building a digital platform for it that, that was unique. And then there became collaborations, people both in real space and then also virtually. It became a really great COVID project, although I started in 2018. So that sustained me. And now we do like live performances, and I collaborate a lot with my first friend, Paul Stottinger, which is a real joy to be able to make anything with him. So so we're making records and performing and doing all that kind of stuff. I started off doing music before the art thing happened. So it's great to try to bring them together. So it's a website, there's a newsletter, there's a podcast, it's kind of too much in some ways. Well, your mom generally likes all of it. But I will tell the story about that piece in particular. That it's from her sort of collection, and she is at the Astrodome, and it's Billie Jean King with the Versus jacket, and it's basically during the Battle of the Sexes, right, where Billie Jean King sort of took on. I can't remember his name. Is Bobby Riggs? Yeah, Bobby Riggs, right? And clean the court with him, of course. And so she posed as a photojournalist, like borrowed somebody's camera just because she loved Billie Jean King so much. So she made these pictures of her backstage, and she has a kind of a story about it where they made some sort of connection. Who knows? But I just love the construction of that picture, all the different gazes there, and the little girl in the background looking at Billie Jean, and just thinking about my mom and her relationship to looking and making pictures, and just in that sort of, I don't know, that kind of zaniness that she sort of embodies, and that's hers. I don't know, she's probably 5 or 6 on a family trip, and she's sort of giggling or whatever, and she was kind of a cackler, honestly. So it's kind of nice to have those sort of interplayed. So she would probably be, I don't know, maybe pleased. She was kind of a ham. So Yeah, so most of these pictures, but not all of them, have a kind of a generative glitch in them. So I was really interested in, it kind of started off with collage. I was in collage, like traditional collage. And then I thought, well, I'm making digital pictures. How do you collage with a digital material? What is the material of digital? So I came up with the idea of code. So when you open up, you can open up any of these files in a text editing program. You can see all the symbols, and that's the picture. And the picture is the code, is the light, is the place. So there's all these indexical links to all of them. And then I rearrange it, and then it surprises you. And it's a way for the picture to kind of talk back to you. You get kind of tired of your own whatever vision or whatever. And then it makes it's the place, and it's within the picture, but it's sort of a surprise within that picture that's kind of waiting, like a latent sort of image, like you've developed with film. The sort of innovation with these is that these are layers of different pictures, and usually what I would do is just the same picture. The same picture would sort of interfere with itself or something like that. And then I had a show where I made these big compositions where I put them as stickers and then put the regular pictures on the top. And I was like, well, I'm covering up the ones that are actually more interesting. So then I just put those in the frame and sort of lost that arbitrary sort of rule that they had to be the same thing. And then I just kind of like how they interact, where you can see like this texture sort of shows up in all these different pictures. That's the seawall, or a picture of the seawall, a buff of the seawall. So when they painted over graffiti, and then the sort of aberrations creates that sort of rainbow. And who doesn't love a rainbow, right? So that's kind of, and then those pictures make the straight pictures look even weirder, and I kind of like that interaction or that conversation that makes it, because I still love like regular photos. Yeah. Yeah, I hope that there's a little bit of friction, that there's a seduction, but then also maybe a little bit of a noise aspect to it, or an interaction. Like that picture behind you guys, it gets pretty hairy. That's actually a picture of a painting that was hanging at Gar. I think you can see like moody a little bit in there. It's just sort of interesting to think about how those things come together and how it can be beautiful. But I just think about, like, when I'm in Galveston, we were talking about New Orleans and the relationship with Galveston. Now, I'm not from New Orleans, but Anne is, so we spent some time and dearly love that place. But both Galveston and New Orleans are fraught places. I just feel like it's so special that nothing's happening right now, that the water is not like 8 feet high. I just feel like it could just be taken away at any moment.